Okay, well, it's happening. We are starting to take things out to the field. It's got the fertilizer truck. We have our new planter. Our other two planters are over there, but we have the loader and the repair truck. And we're starting to take everything out to the field. And we're gonna be calibrating it here in a little bit. Backed our fertilizer tanks up because they came out and filled them up, but they didn't fill up some of these tanks all the way. So this one is a 400-gallon tank, but they only put 250 gallons in it. So we are going to finish filling it up. It's really hard to see, but the level is right about where Trevor's head's at. But yeah, so we're gonna finish filling this one up, and then we're gonna run everything out to the field. This, we're not gonna take out of the field today because we're just calibrating. So we're not even gonna, other than filling these up, we're just gonna park this. We'll take it out when we actually go out another day. Looks like we do have a little bit of a leak. The pump's leaking the fertilizer out of one of these fields, spilling it on the ground. We'll figure it out. Well, we figured it out. The hose has a hole in it. So we're gonna shut this off. This hose has a crack in it. So it's just spraying all over the place.
Right here, be careful. Leaky hose already.
Grandpa brought us some donuts. Made a little mess, but now the tanks are at least equal. It's not all the way full, but that's okay. It'll run today. So they're equal now. A semi just showed up. We have 3 more loads of seed that we need to unload. So I'm gonna go unload that. So we were going to get ready to go out to the field, but we kind of need potatoes. So this is our scooper and the piler, but our motor burned up. Well, we thought it did. So we were switching motors and stuff, and we noticed that this is a scooper we just bought.
Let's try 120.
And the frame was cut. So we never actually used this scooper. The frame was cut, the belt was rubbing, so it just kept heating up and burning out the motor. So we're fixing the frame with the welder here. And yeah, we fixed the motor. So we just gotta fix the frame, and then we should be good to go after that. All right, guys, before we head out to the field, I just want to say there's 90,000 of you who have not subscribed. We have 90,000 returning viewers who haven't hit that subscribe button. So go down below, hit the subscribe button. It's free, and you won't miss any of the content. All right, out to the field. So we've got all the planters out here in the field. I can tell right now that they're calibrating the TCM on the GPS. That's what he is doing. We have to park this way, calibrate, turn around, park the other direction in the same spot, calibrate. So calibrating the TCMs, we've got to calibrate everything to make sure we get all of them as lined up as possible, because we want them all to be on the same line, preferably. So when I come through with the Dammer Diker, I don't have to shift and move around, and all the rows will be the same. So that's what they're trying to do now. I brought this truck out, and it's already it didn't like driving through this soft ground. It was smoking and overheating before I even got here, so that's good. Seems like everything breaks the day we start. So we have our really old planter, our little bit newer planter, and our brand new planter. And yeah, this is gonna be a day of calibrating. We might only get 1 truck, maybe 2 trucks planted, and then hopefully be able to go full steam tomorrow. Of course, it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so it might be Monday. Last thing we got to get out there is we got to get this out here. We got to get the repair truck out there. That's how we unload the trucks. Josh and Christopher are starting to load up some of the planters, but Trevor's planter here, we can't get these to move. This motor won't move. We think that there's a blockage inside this filter here, so we're trying to take this filter off because it won't work. This is why we come out the day before we want to plant to calibrate everything, to make sure everything actually works, because most of the time something stupid like this happens. When these planters sit for 350 days and then we use them for 2 weeks, that 350 days of sitting, stuff tends to go wrong or seize up. So we have a mechanic coming to work on that one. We just fired this one up. He's going to go 100 yards, then we're going to check his spacing and make sure everything's working and that the spacing is good. He goes a little bit and we're digging up these rows, and we got to check the depth of the seed piece and we have to check the spacing. So that is what we're doing. We're walking behind and he'll stop and then we'll check it, and if it's off then he changes some numbers in the cab and then we check it again. So I'll show you how we check it in a minute. So what we do here, there's a seed right there, a potato seed. We put this bar here and you check your depth. Now this one's only at 4 inches, but the discs weren't really hilling this up very good. In the middle they've been 5 to 6 inches. We want 6 inches. And then how we check spacing is we'll dig up 10 feet, find all the seeds, and then we count them and check the seed spacing. Here comes Christopher and his planter. He just got it going. We'll check him in a minute. So on this planter, we just dug up this. It's 127 inches, and we counted all the spaces in between, and there's 12 spaces. So that gives us a 10-inch spacing. We're going for a 12-inch spacing, so we need to slow the cups down so it's not dropping them as fast. So we still have some dialing in to do on this one. This one's a little different. It almost isn't working in the middle, so it's kind of hard to see where the rows are. They're adjusting these discs, turning them in a little bit to try and make a little bit better hill. There's so much adjustment on all these machines. This is why it takes us almost a whole day just to get them set up. Well, it's coming near the end of the day. We've gotten the one that's down there, we've gotten it pretty well dialed in. This one has just started. We just adjusted a whole bunch of stuff, so I'm going to check him. That one is still broke down. They're trying to fix it, so we'll see if he gets fixed. Let's go check it. Well, it's getting pretty late, but we finally got, we call this one the problem dial because it always has problems, and it's really hard to get dialed in. But they got the little hydraulic problem solved, and they're off and going. So now I have to check his spacing and his depth and everything, and hopefully we can get it dialed in. Yeah, I know this isn't the safest thing, but I don't fit in there. calibration day. I think we've got them all pretty well dialed in. We'll hit it really hard tomorrow, and I'll make a full-on video of how we do this.